Come back to the show, your daily brain, where we go live and we trade together with you guys. The bull run is here. It's Q4, time to make money again. And I think it's a very important exercise for us as a community to come together and just share some knowledge, information, trade setups,
The
and
show,
exchange
right?
data so that
We go
we can
live.
all we can all win. But today we're going to be starting our biggest challenge that we promised about 2 weeks ago. Last week we couldn't do it. We were both in Singapore, and you know how it goes, talking 49. But we're back. So this episode is going to be more focused on how to flip $100 and turn it into $1,000. So it's not going to all happen in one live stream, but we will be giving you guys the ages and also what we're doing exactly, looking for the opportunity. And you also be able to understand how we go about it. And then together we're going to succeed, we're going to win. Because even on the last stream, we shared some trades that were really good and some of you guys won. So let's go. Dylan, how are you, man? And how do you preface where were you? Why did you disappear?
Yeah. Thanks so much for having me on again. It's always great to be here. So last week I was also in Singapore. It was really chaos. Like I was barely on my phone, and also my laptop. I literally didn't use it. So, um, according to your group, we did have some traders that weren't there, so the group was still active. So I'm sure you guys are still winning on there. But yeah, basically, I've actually got a few setups for a few people today if you guys are interested. And I want to speak about how we could potentially turn $100 to $1,000. And I do think that this is the time to get involved right now because the market is looking really good. Although we do see some type of retracement, which is what you and I were speaking about earlier, I still think that it's setting up for a massive move. So yeah, let's speak about it.
Yeah, right. So before right now, earlier we talked about on our last live stream. I think it was right about the same day of the FOMC meeting, right? We were literally live when it happened, and we were saying, look, so you say that it's more likely going to go bullish and crash a little bit, and then I also had my own ideas about it. And
Yeah.
now 2 weeks later, the market is above 60,000 with much more strength. And for a lot of people, believe that this is the bull run we have started. But let's stick to today's subjects, which is if someone wants to flip $100, right? So I will first establish the premise here of what you need to do, and then you can also take it on with your own ideas and your approach. First, guys, if you want to take part of this in this challenge, you're going to need money, capital, minimum $100. This is literally like your school fees, right? Like you're not paying anyone that money. It's your own money that you will use for trading. I know there are people that talk about demo accounts on there. I've already told you before, demo accounts are bullshit because you don't really learn anything about, um, you know, your own psychology because that's what trading really is all about mostly. And then you're going to need an exchange. So in this challenge, we're using CoinW, which you can find the link to CoinW in the description below or in my link in bio if you're watching on X. But you can also do it on any exchange. But we recommend CoinW because our signals that we give for free in Telegram are based on CoinW's data. And then you're going to need TradingView, which is a completely free platform. I should be showing you, guys, these things. This is TradingView. It's free if you want, but you can also pay for it if you want because you get a lot more advanced uh, tools if you're paying for it. And the other tools, I don't know if Dylan last week, remember I told you about InSilico. I don't know if you looked into it. I just find it quite useful
Right.
to for scalping, but it's there. But you don't need this. All you need is basically a CoinW account, and you should be able to do all these things that we're doing here. And then you need time. Set some time aside where you would dedicate to trading, doing a little bit of research. And because we're trading crypto, you're also going to need a Twitter account, especially when it comes to altcoins and its news feeds. Twitter is the fastest, is the best, and it's more niche based depending on what you're trading. So those are the things you're gonna need. And then did I miss something, Dylan? Anything you would like to share?
No, I just think, I mean, that's good. Obviously, the Telegram group, because that's where we're going to be also giving out the trade.
Right.
Yeah, that's about it, though. Yeah.
So you need a Telegram group access, which is free. The link should be in the description below, but it's also available in the link in my bio. If you join that group, Dylan and I, we share trades in there, and then you can basically just copy the trades. You look, of the signal comes in, and then it shows you all the parameters: entry, take profit, stop loss. You literally just copy that, and then you should be good to go. And that's all you need. Otherwise, it's time to make money. So
Yeah.
what's your approach considering what the market looks like? Let's say we have $100 right now on the exchange and we want to start. What is the first move? How do you go about it?
So, I mean, I think right now we have to, the main thing for me is filtering out the noise, right? Because like if you go into Twitter and stuff, everyone's really, really bullish, but like for the strategy that I'm applying, it's going to be very short-term time frame where although like I'm in a short for Bitcoin now, it doesn't mean that I'm bearish, right? It just means that I'm taking a short because of certain parameters that I've looked at on the chart, right? So I think the main thing is you have to separate your spot, your spot mindset from your futures mindset. So this is going to be for the $100 to 1,000. We have to get into the futures mindset, right? So for me, I'll be taking sells in this bullish market because the market can't just go up. We can find the retracements. We can potentially break structure. So there's a couple of things, and yeah, I think for now. We will be starting off. I've got a few signals that I'll show you guys, but I am actually shorting Bitcoin right now. I do think that it can come down. It's really, really overbought, and yeah. But that's pretty much my mindset when I think about futures trading. I think about going into the day. Where are the key levels? We can literally just play level to level. That's pretty much my strategy. I literally just play level to level. So regardless if we're in a uptrend or downtrend, you can still trade from level to level.
All right, amazing. So that is really, really important information. And if I can just intersect a little bit and dissect what you said to the layman's out there who are just getting started in trading, what you're trying to say is this: the market is considerably bullish overall. Everybody on Twitter is bullish and bullish, but there's a lot of noise. Where that if you're not careful, you end up just going long and buying everything. And you're saying no, the market cannot just keep on going up and up and up, because if I go on a daily chart like this, you have moments, or let me go to the 4 hour, you have moments where the market is going up strongly and it's aggressive, and then you have moments where it retraces a little bit. So your strategy that you're applying here is to basically find shorting the peaks. You're trying to find a peak like here, and you want to take advantage of this a little slowdown here, the correction. And then let's say it goes up again, you would take advantage of this peak and you would short it, let's say, to somewhere in the middle, again and again and again until you make money. And you're doing this the futures market or derivatives, which means you borrow money with leverage. Because a lot of people are like, how can you turn $100 into $1,000? That's crazy. It's like, no, you're using leverage, which gives you more money than you have, which is a very important concept also to understand for a lot of people out there. Can you break down in your own words how the leverage trading works? If you have $100 in the account, which I'll put $100 on my one here so that people can understand, but go ahead and explain.
Yeah, so basically how leverage works, and it's very important that you guys understand this, because it's basically if you have $100 in accounts and you're putting $100 on the trade, right? And let's just say you use 10 leverage, okay? So I can explain it on the chart quickly. I'll show you. So basically, let's just say I put $100 on this trade, right? I put $100 on this trade, okay? And I'm using a 10x leverage, okay? So it's basically meaning that my my take profit and my stop loss, the amount I'm going to win and the amount I'm going to lose is going to be 10 times as much, okay? So essentially, on this trade, how I would calculate how much I'm going to lose and how much I'm going to win is basically, all you need to know, right? This is all you need to know. So because I have a stop loss over here, at 1.6%. Sorry, 1.26%. So my stop loss for Bitcoin is at 1.26%. Okay. So what I want to do now is I want to times that by how much leverage I'm using on this trade, right? So I'm actually using a 20x, but let for example say I'll put times 10. So this would equal 12.6%. Okay. So I know that if I use $100 on this trade and I'm using a 10x leverage and my stop loss is 1.26%, I'm going to be losing 12.6% on this trade. And then you say this number, right, which is your percentage times your $100 that you have put in on that position. Okay. So that would be $12.6, right? So basically, leverage just amplifies how much you're going to win and lose. But it's important to understand this because you can win a lot, but you can also lose a lot, which is why you have to understand risk to reward, which is basically you always want to. I know a lot of traders don't trade with risk to reward. But for me, I do use it. But essentially, you want your reward, your profit, to be a lot higher than your loss, right? Because over time, if your stop loss is, if you have a fixed risk to reward of 1:3, you can lose three of those trades and you can win once and you'll still be break even, right? So the thing is with risk to reward, it does help. I mean, I've been using it for a long period of time. I like to use a risk to reward of like 1:4 mainly, because it gives me room to actually lose on a couple of trades, right? I don't have to always win in a trade, but it's important to always make sure that your stop loss is much less than your profit. Okay, so yeah, so for this trade, that is something to look at, guys. It's just so important. Leverage it can destroy you, right? If you're using a 50x leverage on this, let's say for example, say if we use a 50x leverage, okay, and my stop loss is at 1.26%, you want to say 50, right, times 1.26, which is our stop loss, and we could be using a 50x leverage, because I know a lot of people come into crypto and they see like 100x leverage, 200x leverage. They don't really understand what it means, but it means yeah.
You know what we can do. You know what we can do. We can actually put this in real time. So I'm going to open a position with $100 with 50x. And then you guys need to see exactly how fast you can lose that money if you're not careful, right? So I would just take a 5-minute. I'll look at a 5-minute chart quickly to find an entry. Okay, I'll bring my screen on here. Okay, so if you are not careful, guys, and this, I'll make sure that I change my margin type to isolated, because I just want to risk the $100 that I want. Okay, you have an open order in this mode. Okay, do I have an open order? Okay, I have a conditional order. I think trying to short ETH somewhere. Anyway, I'll cancel it. Yeah. So I'll change my leverage mode to isolated, and then I'll switch the leverage. I'll crank it all up to 50x. Okay, this is the degenerate stuff that you want to avoid. But you'll have to see it in real time so that you guys can learn how the game works. Okay, let's just go 1 minute. I'll go along on this one. On the 1 minute, the MACD cross is blue. So I'll just rack in. So my cost is like $104. This is going to cost me. I'll do a limit. Okay. Oh, how did Bitcoin go to 63,800 again? It was like lower than that. Okay, so we're going. There we go. It's now, we're now in position already. 50x leverage, $100 risk, and let's see how long this position is going to survive. But what this means that a 2-minute move against me, the money is gone, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's the thing. I think also people need to understand, like with Bitcoin, you can it's the risk, you can actually go a little bit higher compared to the altcoins. If you do a 50x on like Pepe, it'll take 30 seconds. You know what I mean? So So you can see like what Ray is doing now. He's keeping his stop loss quite tight there. Um, if this thing just rips, if it breaks that previous low, he'll lose the $100 in pretty much a couple minutes. So if you are using high leverage, I mean, a lot of people do know how to perfect it, but because their stop loss is so small, and that's what's so important.
Right. So let's get back to now the current market. People are watching. If you guys want to learn this stuff, we have tutorials on how to use the exchanges, how to read the market. We have courses at cryptouniversity.network that you can take. But I'm going to assume that everybody has the tools ready. You got the exchange, you have the time and all that, and you really want to play the game. This is what we're going to do now. We'll do an analysis of the market, and we're going to take a trade, which you're also more than welcome to take it with. So go ahead, Dylan. What's your take on the market, and what kind of trades do you have in mind?
Yeah, so I've actually, I'll show you guys my trades first. These are the trades that I'm in right now. I'm in a short for Bitcoin Cash. It's pretty much at entry right now. I'm pretty much at entry. I entered over here. I'll speak about why I'm shorting Bitcoin Cash. And then Bitcoin, I'm short from 64,200. And then I'm also short on DOT, which I actually entered all of this at 4 a.m. this morning because I was looking at the daily close, and basically, I'll go over it now, but I'm actually shorting Bitcoin Cash, and the entry is still valid. I'm not saying that you guys have to enter this, but something that I'm doing. It's pretty much at my entry price, so I'll go over why I'm doing that after I go over Bitcoin. So the reason why I'm shorting Bitcoin, guys, is quite a simple reason. And basically, it's because the daily candle didn't close above this previous level here. So if the daily candle closed above this level here within today, you can see we closed pretty much respecting that high. So this is, in crypto term, this is called like a double top. So basically, a double top is a bearish signal, right? Where these two tops over here, this one and this one over here, are equal, right? And it basically indicates a reversal. So that was the first thing that I saw this morning. I was like, okay, the daily candle couldn't close above this level, and you see all of these wicks over here. You can see how this is a massive rejection zone, right? Even to the left here, this was once support, right? It was once support, and even if you bring it more to the left here, you can see how many wicks at the zone. So for Bitcoin to break this level, it's really, really tough, right? It's a tough level to break. You can see in the past, it just takes a lot of momentum, and we just don't really have that right now. So that was the first thing, the daily candle. The second thing was I was on the 4-hour time frame, and I saw, I don't really use the RSI much, but in terms of divergences, I do use it. So I'll explain what I mean by that. But essentially, we have a bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. So you can basically see what is happening right now is the market was making higher highs, right, and higher lows, but the RSI was showing a drop of momentum, right? It's making actually lower highs. So this is creating a divergence between the price and the RSI. And because we had such a strong daily resistance, like a super strong daily resistance, everyone's been speaking about this level, this 64,500 zone, right? And because we tapped that zone this morning, right? We even went as high of like 64,800. So we grabbed most of that liquidity to the upside. So I do think that we could potentially come down for Bitcoin, and my target would be, the first TP for this trade is going to be at around about 62,600. Because if also we spoke about this in the last one, right? The book map, and essentially these are where most of the levels are. So you can see we have, let's look at the daily time frame, because on the 1 hour it's a little bit different. So 62,600 to 62,800, there's a whole bunch of orders sitting there for longs. And you can see this morning, most of these orders at the top got filled. So right now, I would expect, I think what's going to happen in New York session open, what we're going to see is we might see a bit of a push up, back up to like 64K. And then we'll probably see a flush back down to these lows at like 62,800, 62,600. So yeah, I'm expecting a bit of a dump today. I know everyone's opening longs and stuff, but the market is at a strong level, guys. It's really easy to see that this is a resistance, and yeah, I do think that we can come down. I do have a target of 60,340, which is that 200-day moving average, which is potentially we could hit. So what I like to do on my trades is once we hit TP1, I would actually just move my stop loss to entry price, and then I'll take like 50% of my trade at this level, and then potentially just hold it, because we might just see a massive wick, right? Massive wick, and then maybe flip bullish. But yeah, this trend line is really, really important, guys. You can see that we need to obviously hold this trend line over here, right? You can see whenever price taps into the zone, we get quite a nice bounce. So if we do break this trend line, we have targets of like these levels here, 59K, 57K, which is still bullish structure, right? Technically, it's still bullish structure. This is just a retracement. So you need to get that in your head. So basically, yeah, I'm short right now. I'm quite short.
Right. Thanks for sharing that. And it's clear that Bitcoin has a double top going on. The momentum is sort of phasing out a little bit slowly. And on my end, I am paying very close attention to Bitcoin, obviously, but I'm more interested in altcoins that I want to short, because obviously the movements are going to be so big. So I'm also looking at BTC right here. You know, we currently, the point of control using the volume profile looks like it's around 63K and below, which also your strategy sort of indicates same. And then you got it close to the EMA here. And then if I look at the altcoin charts, they have the exact same movement, double tops. And then you have a lot of weakening in terms of volume here. You can see there's a lot more sell volume since the last top over there.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking for a good entry for the altcoins. Obviously, you can see how choppy it is right now, that you could be short, and then you're also more likely going to get stopped because the market keeps on shooting, up and down in a choppy way. So like this is Phantom, for example. I'm waiting to short it. The moment it breaks this level again, there's quite of a critical support here at 4 hours. And then I'll attempt to short it again. I did it 3 times. I got stopped. 1, 2, 3. I got stopped 3 times. But that's just how it works. When it works, let's say if we see a flash crash down under to like, the EMA, then you're looking at 57 cents with leverage. That's going to be good money. So I'm patient. I'm just waiting to take that trade. But for a lot of you guys who are obviously might not be as experienced with trading, I think we need to stick to just trading Bitcoin in this challenge. It's going to be good because there's a lot of liquidity and stuff like that. So we're taking a trade. We're short. I think we have general consensus. I'm short. You short. What is the stop loss for your trade?
For Bitcoin. Yeah, so my stop loss is just above that high at 65K.
65K, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think we're going to do this together. If we're going to lose, we lose together. If we're going to win, we're going to win. So we're taking a short, and our stop loss is, we can agree that it's 65K. I would push it up a little bit to like 65.80 or something, just to avoid, because there can be a fake spike just to liquidate everybody or to stop all at 65. So as a risk mitigation strategy, I like to put a little bit of a buffer on it. But I think generally that is the play. Short BTC now, stop loss 65K. And let me just present it properly on a chart so that everybody can get it.
Yeah.
I could do it on CoinW right here. Okay, so this is what the trade should look like. It's a short, so it means we will be making money when Bitcoin's price is going down, just to be clear out there. When Bitcoin's going up, we lose it. Okay, so you're looking at something like this. No, I need a short, man. So this is the play. And the first TP for you is 62,600, was it? What number was it?
62,600, yeah, exactly.
62,600. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, so that's the first TP. And then the stop loss here is 65K. I would say, 65.36, just to be safe, right? But then there is potential for an overdrawn on the way down if we see flash crashes that could go to 62, 61. So the potential is like all the way to like 60, 61,500. That's the potential if we see a flash crash. But this is the setup. So for as long as Bitcoin is going down in the next few days, we will be ranking in profits. If that doesn't work, we get stopped at 65K. So I'm just going to close the example 50x trade we opened to show you how you can now execute the real trade that we're supposed to play right now with the $100 trade. And by the way, you don't have to do this with $100. If you have more capital, you can definitely do it. You don't have to completely do it with $100 only. So I'll change the leverage, very important to do. How much leverage are you going to use? I'll use 5x for mine.
Yeah, so I think your stop loss is 2%, right? Yeah, so 5x makes, yeah.
Right. So 5x leverage, and we're entering right now. I prefer limit orders. And let's see how much you want to spend on it. For mine, I'll just put like $1,300 on it.
Yeah.
And I'll go short. Well, let me just be disciplined and put the stop loss already at least. I'm not too worried about the take profit just yet, but stop loss is gonna be in place.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's just say take profits. I'll just put 62K for now and sell short. Done. We're now in position. We have now taken a trade. And what we do now, we just sit back and we wait. And there will not be surprises, because if Bitcoin pumps up to 65K, automatically we get stopped. So we're not going to lose all our money, right? And if things are good, let's say in the middle of the night, you get a flash crash to 62 and it bounces back up. Well, it takes profit for us and then you wake up to some money. That's basically how it works, right? Anything you want to add?
No, that's perfect. I mean, that's exactly what I would say. Yeah.
Right. So I know a lot of guys are also here on the live stream for altcoin and Degen stuff. My Degen plays on chain. I will do another live stream tomorrow, focus more on altcoins, but also we have another trader who's going to come on the show tomorrow with me. We're going to be scalping. So this is going to be like in real time action, scalping, trying to make money on the spot with trading. And that's going to be interesting as well for you guys to participate. Any other intel, Dylan, you want to share before we close the show?
Yeah, I think right now just look at the key levels, guys. I know everything's going a little bit too quick, like for the market. And yeah, just make sure you guys join the Telegram group, because I send trades every single day. Sometimes up to 5 trades in the market. Today I've sent a couple in the Telegram group. So make sure you guys join the group. And thanks again for having me on. It's always a pleasure to be here.
Amazing, man. Yeah. So the group, guys, it's free on Telegram. You can find it in you can find it in the description of the video. You can find it in the link in bio, in my link tree. I have it all there for you so that you can find it. So you have no excuse. Just make sure if you're going to sign up for an exchange that I use or any platform that I use, make sure you use my links, because number one, you support me. Number two, you also support yourself, because you get a lot of benefits that comes with those links. There's welcome bonuses, there are low fees, and several other factors. So if you're going to use those links, you are able to claim all those benefits, which is free money and free value that we're bringing out to you. This is going to be, what's your take on Bitcoin? Let's say your price prediction for BTC by end of the year, because the bull market is on.
Yeah, I mean, I think October, November, we do know that it's significantly up. So I'm thinking, it depends on the election for me, because if Trump wins the election, then I'm really like mega bullish. I do think that we could take the highs, go to like 80 to 90K. But if Kamala wins, I'm a little bit like, we might see a flash back down to like, I don't know. I don't want to be bearish too much, but if she wins, I do think that we can crash, back down to like 40K. So I'm a little bit.
Yeah.
honestly think that. I mean, she's very anti crypto, and she wants to fire Gary Gensler. So I just think, I don't
No,
know.
she wants to
Yeah.
keep Gary Gensler. Trump wants to fire him.
Oh no, no, sorry. Yeah, my bad, my bad. Yeah, opposite. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Trump
So
wants to fire Gary Gensler on day one. Even
well,
that, if Trump wins just firing Gary Gensler on day one, that's bullish. Like the markets, I think, gonna go like 20% up on that day.
yeah. So I'm the same. I think that Trump needs to win for crypto. Otherwise, it's going to be quite a delayed um, cycle.
I think, obviously, I think whether Trump or Kamala wins really is
Mm.
not gonna play a huge role in the markets, to be fair.
Okay.
But if Trump wins, we're going to have a much more accelerated bull run, I would say,
Yeah.
because of
Okay.
the excitement. He's directly involved himself. NFTs are going to do stuff. Gary Gensler is going to get rid, will not be the SEC chairman anymore. So you're going to have a stronger bullish market.
Yeah,
If
exactly.
Kamala comes in, right now the market is mostly dependent on fiscal policy, monetary policy. And the monetary policy is bullish. You cut rates, there's no any other way markets have to pump, and there's nothing they can do about it if they want to
Yeah.
save the economy. China has already started injecting liquidity into their
Okay.
economy, and the
So
US and the Europe have to follow. And I think it's going to be a glorified bull run ahead of
mm.
us.
Yeah, I think this
Yeah.
this cycle is going to be crazy. I think it's going to be a lot crazier than people expect.
Have,
Um,
have you been in a bull cycle before?
yeah, I did. You know what? I'm still holding some coins from the last cycle. Yeah.
Can you? I try to explain to people, like, they would see a coin pumps 2x and people get paranoid, or they'd be like, "Oh, I'm bullish on Ondo, right? A project in crypto." And people tell me that it has the TVL is too big. It's like a couple of $1 billion. They're like, "Oh, that's too huge." I'm like, I don't think a lot of you guys have ever been in a bull run. The best way I can explain it is this. I wrote a tweet about it already. Is that when you're in a bull run, right? You feel like you feel paranoid just being outside, because you feel like people are going to try attack you and steal your
Yeah.
money, because you have like $1 million in your fucking what's this trust wallet
Yeah.
easily, right? Out of all some shit coins you were holding. So you just feel paranoid being outside. It's crazy. Things go up a lot. You have never seen it. You have never seen it before, guys. It's so incredible. It's crazy. You'll never understand it if you've never been to it. But I think this is the time, and I wish everybody the best, that you make the right decisions, because you can also round trip this stuff and never sell.
Yeah, I got round tripped quite hard on the last cycle. Um, so I did sell quite a lot, but I mean, there's a few coins I'm still holding, and yeah,
Well, what's
that's
your
one of
what's
the.
your biggest round trip?
Yeah, so I mean, I bought like I think Bitcoin at I think it was like $8,000,
Hmm.
um, and then I went up to 69, and then it came back down to 15, and then I was like, oh my god. And then I sold my Bitcoin at like 21. And then I started buying like Solana and stuff at 12 and AVAX. So I'm kind of pretty much out of Bitcoin. I'm not within any Bitcoin. I'm literally just within altcoins right now. So I've learned from my mistakes. I'm going to be selling most of my coins probably next year, like September, October. Pretty much everything. I'm going to be all out of crypto next year, I think.
What are you gonna do? Invest in other assets, stocks? Like, what's your exit strategy?
I mean, I'll probably just look at more of a safer investment. But I'd still trade crypto. I'll still trade forex. I love trading as like a hobby, as like my
Hmm.
job. I feel like everyone has to have an exit strategy. I mean, I would still maybe get back into crypto, depending. But like, there's always going to be that massive crash. I'll think about it when it comes. But yeah, I think I'll be selling pretty much all my crypto next year, September, October. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'll have to say to you guys, like, the next 7 months are going to be life changing, and the decisions that you make right now are going to matter. Like, take away a lot of the distractions, the football, all the stupid stuff like TikTok. really just lock in and find opportunities right now, because there are things I can go on CoinGecko right now and show you some prices, right? Well,
Yeah.
I want you to look and take a screenshot of this and come back to it 5 months later and
Mm.
look back. You'll be like, oh my gosh, I was looking at Toncoin at $5. Oh my gosh, look at it now. Like, as someone who has seen BNB from $2, $3, $7, now it's $600 a coin.
Crazy.
It's miracles that happens in this market. Like, no any other market can give you this kind of opportunity, but there's a lot of noise, so you have to really focus a lot and follow the right people and put in the work, man. But
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
thanks guys. See you again. I'll do another live stream tomorrow. I'll try to do everyday live stream these days if I can do it. But thanks for joining, and see you at the top if you're going with us. Congrats with your first trade on this journey, and we'll see you on the next one. More trades will be shared in the Telegram. Make sure you join in. Thanks, Dylan. See you soon,
Cheers,
bro.
guys.